All right, guys, welcome back to POV Pottery, and it's an interesting time in the world right now. Most of us are quarantined and stuck at home, but we are going to continue on with some of the assignments. This next assignment it's called Heart's Desire. I'm going to put on some sunglasses so it looks like I'm still looking at the camera, but I'm really gonna read it. So that's what that's for. Here we go. Heart's Desire. The globalized world is littered with overused symbols. What yellow smiley faces, yin-yangs, and Valentine's hearts have gained in universal recognition, they have lost in potency of meaning. So, the world looks for new symbols and new visual language. The hashtag now usurps the exclamation point. Maori Aboriginal designs are tattooed on professional athletes, celebrities, and the lower backs of teenage girls. A design ritual specific to a particular culture, potent with meaning, has become mainstreamed. In this assignment, we will replace the cliched Valentine's heart with an anatomically correct human heart, taking a mainstream symbol, an icon, and making it specific and individual. A new, different texture will be applied to the heart's surface, adding another layer of signification or meaning. This new texture may be a symbol of desire and/or a statement of the heart's condition. This new texture may be representational, like a heart covered in barnacles, or it may be non-representational, like a heart with hundreds of perforations. Pinch, coil, and slab techniques will be used to create an anatomically correct, life-sized human heart. The heart will include all major ventricles and arteries. Medical images from multiple angles of the heart will be used as reference material. Hearts will be finished with mid-fire glazes or stains, hopefully, eventually. In addition to the heart, a sculptural stand must also be created. The stand does not need to be large or grandiose. Rather, it will be a supportive structure, both physically and metaphorically. It may take the form of a nest or a hand. It may be an abstract form. It should be well made, and the heart should fit securely into it. The grading criteria for the assignment are anatomical accuracy, proper proportions, all major ventricles and valves, craftsmanship, attention to detail, lack of flat spots and cracks, the transition between the forms, and the presentation or integration within the stand. Okay, so that is the goal. And before you freak out and think like this is too hard, I'm going to walk you through every single step of the heart's construction, and we'll just do it together, step by step. Okay, step one, you're gonna need to get prepared. Your clay box, cut it open. This is now your new working surface to keep your kitchen table clean or your desk clean, okay? You're gonna cut that sucker open and you're gonna use that. The other thing you need to do is look up the files that I have sent you on the images of the anatomically correct human heart, okay? We're gonna need to have some reference images. If you have a printer, awesome, print them out. If you don't, just pull it up on your surface, okay? What I did here was I printed out the images that I have sent to you, or you have access to on Canvas or Teams or whatever I've done or will do, and I've glued them into my sketchbook, as you guys know that I like to do, okay? So these are the things you're gonna need. You're gonna need the clay that I mailed you and the tools, okay? You will need also a little cup of water or a little bowl of water. You can use the pinch pot. Also, you're gonna need some dental floss. All right, let's get started. Oh, And if you have it, having a little box with some plastic to put your piece when you're done is gonna be helpful. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the camera. Let's get started. Okay. All of this extra wrapping, you can just use this or use the outer layer. If you've got this 3 bags, you can use that outer layer to wrap up your heart. Okay, so step 1, you're gonna take some dental floss and get about 1.5 feet. And you can wrap that up around your fingers, and we're gonna cut just a small portion of clay, very small portion of clay, about the size of, it's about the size of a deck of cards if I squeezed it out, okay? So that is gonna be the stand for the heart, okay? The second piece of clay is gonna be the heart. And it's also, it's a little thick. It's thicker than a deck of cards. Let's see. See that? Okay. As soon as you're done with the clay, wrap it back up so it doesn't dry out. Okay. Wrapping that up, putting that to the side. So now I've got 2 pieces of clay, right? Check it out. One of them, I am going to put my thumb through, and look what I'm doing. Put my thumb right in the middle, squeeze, 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 make a quick and dirty donut. The donut is for you to place your heart into when you are done making it, so that you don't have a flat bottom on your heart, okay? So, see, everything is about prep. This whole video is just gonna be about prep. Now, I took the other piece of clay, broke it into 2. I'm gonna put some water on the palm of my hands, keeping my palms wet. I'm gonna make 1 ball, and re-moistening my palms, gonna make another ball. Okay. 2 balls of clay, approximately the same size, approximately the size of a plum, okay? About 1.5 inches in diameter. We're gonna make this as round as we can. Check this out. Gently press your thumb in the center of the ball. Begin slowly pinching and rotating. This half sphere is going to be half of the heart. And I've taught this assignment many, many times. I've made many, many anatomically correct human hearts. And one of the easy things for anybody who's doing this for the first time, one of the easy mistakes for them to fall into is they will make a heart that is too large, okay? The human heart is the size of your fist. So don't start with too much clay. And I have found over the years that if you can make an anatomically correct heart, the right size, right? The size of your fist, or if you can make one smaller, it has a more potent meaning than if it's this big, giant, huge football, right? Because a big heart, it doesn't seem as fragile and delicate, but a small heart, it feels like it needs to be protected. And people intuitively know when they come up to a heart if it's about the right size. So check that out. See my fist? See those pinch pots? Not super focused. This is about the right size, guys. We're gonna start with this. I want you to look at the thickness of my walls. Notice that thickness, nice and thick. It's about the thickness of my pinky. So I have plenty of surface area to attach the two ends together. The floors of my pinch pots are also about a pinky width. So, as always, when getting two pieces of clay together, I'm going to wet the clay and I'm going to scratch the clay. I'm gonna wet it first and I'm gonna scratch it. See? You can do this. This is not too intimidating. These are just two pinch pots. You don't have to think about this assignment as an anatomically correct human heart, and just take it one piece at a time, okay? We get through it together, one part at a time, and you'll be done before you know it. Okay, so notice I scored up the clay in two different directions. And watch this little trick. I'm going to flare out the edges ever so slightly. And that's gonna help me to have a seamless connection when I put the two pinch pots together. So yeah, stick these two together, and because they're flared, when I push it together, it sticks out, and I'm not gonna have this like snowman belt around the inside of my two pinch pots. You see that? Boom. I'm knitting those two pieces of clay together. And now look what I've got. I've got a hollow ball the size of my fist. And to this, I'm almost done with step one. I'm just gonna do a little bit of shaping. And while I put this hollow ball on my little donut, I'm going to put that down for a second to re-moisten my palms, okay? You should be constantly, continually getting your palms moist. They shouldn't be shiny and slick, but they should be wet, okay? Now with moistened palms, I'm going to form the apex of the heart just by making my hands stiff and in a V shape. And I'm going to twist the heart. And look at that. I got the beginnings of a heart, just like that. I'm using my thumb here to smooth the seam. I can also use this table. Let's use this table. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna use the table and roll, even better, use this plastic on top, because the cardboard is absorbent and it's gonna dry out my heart. Okay, so I'll put that down here. Okay, almost done with step one. Okay, look at that. I've got the apex of the heart. Now I'm going to do one more thing and we're gonna call it done with step one, okay? I'm going to make this. You see this slight, you see these veins right here? These veins right here, and there's this small crevasse, this small little valley that goes down towards the apex. It's subtle. And on this side, you have the right ventricle. On this side is the left ventricle. When your heart is in your chest, medical doctors name the parts as if you're facing forward. So this part is going to be the right ventricle and this part is going to be the left ventricle. Okay, so I'm going to take this bamboo skewer. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Here, I'll tilt it like that. Okay, and the valley between the right and left ventricle is it bows off to the right, and it makes a backwards S-shaped curve. You guys see that? It's a kind of a backwards S-shaped curve. I'm gonna get my finger wet, and I'm very, very gently going to smooth that little valley down. And the valley between your right and left ventricle is now a landmark on your heart, right? So now we have established the two hemispheres almost, right, of the heart. And that's gonna help us find where we need to go, right? We'll continually talk about, okay, orient yourself with the apex facing to, the apex is the point, the apex of your heart facing to, if you're looking at it, to the right, and like above this valley of between the ventricles on the left side is going to be your left pulmonary artery, and that would be here, right? So if you've got your apex pointing to your left, pointing to your right, you've got the valley, and your left pulmonary artery is going to come right off of this. Okay, but anyways, that is not until maybe step 2 or 3. No, that's step, let's see, that's step 3. Okay, we'll do the left pulmonary artery off of this. The next step, we are going to make the, what is that called? Oh, the left atrium and the pulmonary veins. All right, guys, awesome. We'll see you in the next video. You can do this. Go Bells.